What's up, guys? It's Kenzie, and this is two guys, one girl living in LA. So, we moved into our apartment. Woohoo. It's really awesome. Got a great place, cheap rent, you know. So, looking at our lease, it says, if you read carefully, that our landlord will pay for our water. And so, because I found the place, I thought that the boys should, you know, set up everything else, like gas, electric, all that jazz. So I told them casually a few times, like, hey, someone needs to set up that stuff. Anyway, so one day I come home from work. Well, in our living room, if you like look, I set up like Christmas lights, and I put them on a timer so that whenever you come home, you'll like come home to Christmas lights, or, you know, just something nice and cute. And I love Christmas lights, they're really pretty. Anyway, so whenever like someone comes home, they're on. So I was coming home from work one day, and I walked in, or I was walking in the street actually, and I looked, because you can kind of see our apartment from the thing, and usually you can kind of see lights, and I was like, oh, that's weird, the Christmas lights are out. I was like, oh, they must be broken, because you know how they easily like break the strands or whatever, you know. I hate that when that happens. Anyway, so I walked into the apartment, and the Christmas lights were off. And then we have a switch that everyone like turns on when you first get here, but it's not connected to anything, so it's pointless. But so then I tried to turn on another light, and that wouldn't turn on, and I was like, what's going on? No one else was home. So I was like, oh my gosh, we have no electricity. So I immediately like sat down, well, even though it was dark, I sat down at the kitchen table, and I like texted my roommates. I was like, guys, why don't we have any power? Like, what da da da. So, they come home, because I, like, you know, was kind of nervous. I was all by myself, but we lit some candles. And then we were like, shoot, we got our fridge. Like, we have all this food in the fridge. Like, if we don't have power, like, we're going to lose it all. Because I, like, called one of the companies, and they're like, oh, it's closed, so you have to call tomorrow. And then it's, like, 24 hours until they turn on. So I think it was, like, Wednesday when this happened. So we would have to call Thursday morning, and it wouldn't have power until Friday. And I was like, this is not happening. Like, especially with the fridge, like, all the food, what are we going to do? So I was like, all right, let's like go buy a generator, or like rent a generator or something. So I convinced the guys, and we go to Home Depot, and they do rent generators, which is awesome. And we rented a generator, but so then we get the generator home, and we're like trying to turn it on, and like we struggle, and it's just like super funny. And then it's so loud, and we like left it on all night, and we didn't even plug in like any lights either. We just plugged in the refrigerator. This is what happens when you don't pay for your power bill, is you don't have any electricity. You have to buy a generator and rent one, and then try to start it. Is it not working? Try pulling the choke rod out again.
No, it says that it's supposed to be closed for a cold engine. I'm trying.
Now pull it out. Now pull out the choke. Pull the choke out now. Pull it out now. Oh.
What?
Sorry. You know how to start it now.
Oh, shit. Wait, this is gonna be so loud for everyone.
I told you. You better go knock on the doors and be like, guys.
What do you mean we better?
I'm not doing it. I told you guys we need to get the electric bill. Did you put the choke back in? Start the timer.
Yeah, should we actually like...
This is like very loud.
11 o'clock. And how long?
All night? No.
Then the next morning, Nate calls another electric company, and they turn it on at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So we had power, and we wasted our generator. But yeah. Anyway, so make sure you set up your electric bill. And just so you know, the other thing is, our electric bill is separate from our gas bill. I don't know how, but we ended up going like 3 months before our gas got turned off. And I think it was me, the same kind of story, like go to cook something on our gas stove, and the thing's not lighting. Yes. What doesn't work in our house? Fire? No gas. What the freak? I don't know why it's doing this. Why? I don't know why. Story of my life, we have no gas. I can cook no food on a stove. And I'm hungry. How do you like that?
That's great.
And I'm like, guys, like, do you know what's wrong or whatever? And like Nate looked it up and whatever, and you have to set up a gas bill to, no, he called our landlord, that's what happened, yeah. He called our landlord and was like, our gas isn't working or whatever, and he's like, oh, you have to set that up too, Kinsey should have known better. I was like, what, don't blame me. And so then we called the gas company and set it up, and they actually took like a week before they could come out. Like, I tried calling separate and was like, could you please come, like, and they're like, no, we have a list to go by. And I was like, well, that's great, but like, come on, it takes like 2 seconds. So we waited like a week without gas, but luckily our showers are still warm, so we didn't have to take any cold showers. But so we basically were eating like microwave food. Like, we went to the store, bought like taquitos, pizza. Well, we couldn't even use our like oven because that's like gas powered. Or did we? No, we couldn't use our oven because it's gas powered. So we could only use the microwave. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I felt like such a weirdo. Justin, what are you eating there?
Chicken sandwich.
How'd you make it?
Microwave.
Why'd you make it? Why are you eating with the microwave?
Because I want to be on your blog.
But why?
Because you want to be on your
Do
blog,
something
just
fantastic
answer
for your blog.
it.
I was just say because we have no gas. We have no gas because we have no stove. That's why. No gas.
Kinsey didn't set up the gas.
What?
Because Kinsey didn't set up the gas.
No, because Nate didn't set up the gas. But yeah, so we had no gas and we had no electricity, and it was quite an adventure. When you move into an apartment, make sure you set up all your bills. Not just, you know, wait until the end. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in the dark without being able to cook food. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more stories with 2 guys, 1 girl living in LA. Catch you later. Peace. I don't really know what. Later.